Now it's time for you to go outside the wake. Now I know a lot of people get a little intimidated of that big whitewash wake, but we're gonna keep the speed pretty slow. Still about 14, 15, maybe up to 16 miles an hour, just to clean the wake up a little bit, allow you to get out there a little easier. A couple things you're gonna think about when you're going outside the wake. First, look where you want to go. That is the #1 key to getting yourself outside the wake. What happens, people start to go outside the wake and then they look down at the wake and all of a sudden they stop. It's because they're looking where they think they're gonna fall. I'm gonna say this so much to you because people look where they think they're gonna fall, not where they wanna go. So let's learn this now. Look where you wanna go, not where you think you're gonna fall. So you can either look at the trees or channel markers, wherever you're riding, I don't know, floating giraffes or gorillas or unicorns, whatever. I don't know what I'm saying, take all that out. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna look at something on the horizon that gives yourself a goal to shoot for. As you're looking at that, remember, keep your arms straight, your knees bent, and your chest up. Okay, this just goes back to your good body position. That's why the more you practice good body position, the more of a good habit, or just the more of a normal habit it's gonna be for you to do this while you're going outside the wake. Now when you're going over the wake, a lot of people, they keep their legs really stiff, which makes it almost like a big bounce for them as they go over it. But what I tell people, think about a low ceiling, so that if you're going and all of a sudden you're going up over this bump, that means you're gonna have to suck it up with your knees. Not by bending over with your chest, because your chest needs to stay up, but you're gonna suck your knees up, and that's going to make going over the wake a lot easier. Now don't think about too much technique the first time you go, just get yourself out there. I don't care how you get out there, just get out, because you're gonna have a good time. Once you're out there, this is a good place to practice good heel side body position. In fact, we're gonna use it as we start doing some wake jumps, so start doing it right now, where you're cutting outside the wake and you just kind of lean against the rope. Remember, arms straight, chest back, hips close to the handle, knees bent equally. As you're out there, you can just stay leaning against the boat for as long as you want. Some people call this drills, training, whatever. Just go out there and stay out there and practice and really get your body position dialed in for your heel side.
Yeah, with first. Yeah, with first. Yeah, with first. Yeah, with first.
It's recording.
It's recording.
It's recording.
Folks, Shaun Murray here with Dano the Mano.
Yeah.
Dan, we're here at the Orlando Boat Show. Tell me what's going on real quick.
You know, we're just hanging out, making things happen here, making dreams come true, doing what we do, having a good time.
Dig it.
Surf the wake. Surf the wake. Surf the wake. Surf the wake.
There you go. That's what we're talking about. Perfect. Now, when you want to come back over the wake, actually, let's stay outside the wake. Let's surf the wake for a second while you're out there. While you're going towards the wake, you don't necessarily need to cut toe side because you're actually going to get pulled back to the wake naturally if you're not on your heel side. Once you get to the wake, surf the wake a little bit. Surfing the wake, we just steal that term from surfing. You're going to go up and down the wake. A couple things you're going to think about. Don't go too high on the wake. A lot of times people don't change their edge soon enough and they get up on top of the wake and then all of a sudden they're inside the wake. Now what I mean by changing edges, when you're going towards the wake, you're going to be on your toe side. When you're going away from the wake, you're on your heel side. So you're gonna practice changing from your heel side to toe side, like you did in between the wakes, but you're gonna go up and down the wake and surf the wake. Try to get a little bit of a rhythm. You only wanna go out about 3 or 4 feet at first, and as you become more advanced in your surfing, you can take your backhand off, surf with one hand, and eventually bring your surfing into a very tight radius. What it's gonna look like is your head and your upper body is almost staying in the same place while your lower body pivots out from underneath. Like you see me here, ripping, shredding, crazy. Check this guy out.
Hey, do you guys have any dental floss?
No, but you ever open a can of peaches?
Yeah.
Now you gotta get back inside the wake. Once again, looking where you want to go is gonna be a big key. Now I'm gonna tell you to do something I've been telling you not to do. A lot of times when people come over the wake toe side, the whitewash actually swallows their board and they get pulled out the front. Now to avoid the whitewash swallow board monster guy thing, What you can do is do what I told you not to do, and that's actually put all your weight on your back foot, keep your front leg straight. That's gonna keep the front of the board a little bit lighter and get it to go up over the whitewash. Okay, that's if you're having trouble. If you're not having trouble, let's keep good body position. Look where you want to go, not where you think you're gonna fall. You wanna look inside the wake, so almost to the second wake. Keep your arms straight, push down, and your knees soft as you go over the wake.
She sees, she knows who you are.
Toeside position. 3 things I'm gonna tell you about as we go outside the wake on your toe side edge. 3 things we're gonna go through. Eyes looking across that wake. That handle staying down and your knees soft. That's the 3 most important things. Handle down, eyes across, and knees soft. What that means, you're gonna keep that handle down. Remember when you're surfing back and forth in between the wakes, you kept that handle low. Keep that handle pushed down. Almost both arms should almost be pushed straight, especially your back arm should be relatively straight. Your eyes are gonna be looking across the second wake, not at it. And keep your knees soft. Your knees being soft as you go up and over, especially as you come down onto the water after the wake, is very important to keep your knees soft. Otherwise, you're gonna get bounced, the board's gonna get pulled straight behind the boat, and you're gonna slide out. Getting away from the wake on your toes is a bit harder than your heels. So remember, keeping that handle low, looking across is very key. Okay, so what you're gonna do is continue to cut away from the wake. Now I noticed you felt like you couldn't get any further away from the wake. Try dropping your back hand and just see how far you can cut away with just one hand. It's not necessarily proper technique. In fact, some people may scold me for it, but that's what I have people do. If they can't get any further out, take your back hand off and allow your body to turn away from the boat a little bit more and really press down on your toes. Once you get out there, then you can get both hands back on the handle. When you're cutting outside on your toes, it's also a good place to practice your toe side position. Handle down, eyes across, both knees bent equally. Keep that hip up to the handle, don't stick your butt out. I noticed on the last time you were cutting out on your toes and you had your butt sticking way out. Back leg was bent, front leg was straight. Remember, both knees need to be bent.
Surfing the wake, heel side. I'm Brian Sullivan, surfing the wake, heel side.
Surfing the wake once you're out on that side, not as important honestly, but it is good for your board control. But go ahead and surf the wake where you're cutting towards the wake on your heels, cutting away on your toes. Take your time. If you feel comfortable, drop that back hand. Bring your turns in a little bit tighter.
Yeah, Trevor, can you scoot in close like that?
Like this?
Looking.
Great, great. Yeah, that'd be great. Okay, yeah, okay, that's great. Yeah, maybe that'd be great. Okay, yeah, great. Yeah, that's great. All right, so now that you're outside the wake, cutting away on your toes, you're gonna go back in on your heels. This is actually pretty easy because now you're going in your comfortable direction and the boat wants to get you straight behind it. So all you gotta do, look where you wanna go, be real light on the tip of the board. If you feel like you get swallowed, just get a little bit more weight on that back foot. And remember, keep your chest up.